Hey guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome to the channel. So in tonight's video I'm going to be testing out the screen on this 65-inch Samsung Q90r, and what I'll be doing is testing out for dirty screen effect and any like vertical banding and just general screen uniformity. So before we start this video, unfortunately, as some of you guys may already know, my partner was rushed into hospital the other day, and yeah, she's been in there ever since. Unfortunately, I can't be by her bedside 24 hours a day, and to keep myself occupied, I thought I'd do this video, hence why I'm up at 3:20 in the morning making this for you guys, just to keep myself occupied really. So get well to her, and I apologize if I don't do this video perfectly, and if I miss anything out, I apologize. So that's my reason if it's not, let's say, tip top. So anyway, let's crack on. Right, before we run the first test, what I'm going to do is just give you a bit of background information about this TV. So, like I said, this is the Samsung Q90r. It is the 65-inch version. I've had this TV now for approximately, 2 months, just a little over 2 months. And viewing time on this TV, I would say roughly about 450 hours. I don't know if this TV has got a meter or not for the amount of hours used on it. If any of you guys do know of how to get up the hours used, please let me know in the comments and I can give you a more accurate reading. Just want to also say a big thanks to the guys at box.co.uk who sent me this TV. Again, if it wasn't for those guys sending me over these TVs, I wouldn't be able to do these videos for you guys at home. So a massive thanks to them, and I will put a link in the description to their site where you can go and pick up one of these TVs if you wish. One other thing I just want to say to you guys as well is that I've been getting a lot of questions about this TV and also the OLED TVs. And it seems a lot of you guys don't seem to watch my other videos. So it might be worth you guys, if you're new to the channel, please go and check out my other videos. I've got loads of them to do with the OLEDs and the QLEDs, and there's a good chance I would have answered your questions in one of those previous videos. So go and check them out. So starting with the first test, and that is 5% grayscale. Now, some of you guys will want to know what settings I'm using for these tests. Well, what I've done, I've just put it on the standard picture settings, or standard picture mode, should I say, and it's been factory reset. So it is how it would come out of the box. I thought it's just the fairest way to do it. And if I just back out of that now, there we go. So yeah, 5% grayscale. And as you can see, we do have a bit of patchiness. I wouldn't say it's massively bad. Just move around to the side slightly, because this is one thing I do want to highlight for you guys. And that is when you do move off axis a bit, you can notice these patches here. Now straight on, in all fairness, they pretty much disappear, but anything off to the side, and you seem to get these bars coming up here, like vertical banding almost. Yeah. Now, I know when I've done my similar tests on the LG OLEDs, I've not shown the sides before. Reason is because when I have moved off axis, it's made really no difference whatsoever. But when I started doing these tests, I noticed that it does get considerably worse off axis, which isn't great. So if I sit in this other sofa over here, it's not a massive angle that I'm sat at, and it's quite obvious with those lines there. Now, I don't know if it's coming out on your screen at home, but looking it through my phone screen, it's pretty prominent. Like I say, straight on, it's not an issue. But, not everyone sits straight on. Moving on to the next part of the test, and I've got a colour sweep now. So this bit of video just goes through a load of different colours basically. Gradually, you have to excuse any flickering. That isn't the actual TV, that is my camera. And yeah, we're not going to see obviously any screen burn or anything like that, because I know you guys watch my screen burn test videos on my OLEDs and I use the same thing. But this is more just to have a look at the uniformity. So we'll just let this run through and we'll stop it on a few colours. Right, so I've got it stopped on a bright white screen now. And yeah, looking straight on. Doesn't look too bad, to be fair. There is a bit of patchiness, but nothing too major, looking square on like this. One thing I do want to point out, and that is this like purplish line that runs around the whole perimeter of the screen. I don't know if you guys can pick, hold on, there we go. I don't know if you guys can pick that up at home, but we certainly have all noticed it. So yeah, it's not the best. Is it distracting? I wouldn't say it's massively distracting, but for us all to notice it, it's clearly obvious enough for us all to mention it. So I thought I'd just point that out. Now, whether this is normal for these TVs or not, again, I'd love to hear off other Q90r owners. If you've got this, please go and run this test and have a look. So let's just move slightly off axis again, because that's where it seemed to get worse last time. And yeah, we can see like bars now, bit of vertical banding going on. And just move around to the other side. I'll sit on the sofa again. And now when we sit on this side, as you can see to the right hand side of the screen, it seems to darken up quite a bit. You can see some lines. I mean, if I go right round the side, a bit more prominent. So, I mean, like that angle there, yeah, that sort of highlights it quite a bit. So it all depends where you're sitting, I suppose. Again, let me know how it compares to your one. Got it on a nice blue screen now, and on the phone screen, it doesn't look too bad. With my naked eye looking at the actual TV itself, I can see a few lines here. Nothing too major, I wouldn't say. Again, we just move around and see, that doesn't look too bad on that screen. When we go more off axis, go around the other side. Yeah, not too bad. Sort of lightens up a little bit over here, but no sort of lines as such. So let's move on to the next colour. Got a nice green now, and yeah, that seems pretty good to me. Can't really see any lines with my naked eye there. Move around to the side again. See these lines a little bit there. Move around to the other side. Yeah, and we can see that little bit of patchiness over there, or vertical lines. Now we've got a nice deep red. On the actual TV itself, it does look really, really red. The camera is making it look a little bit pinkish. And it seems to sort of be a bit more redder on the edges, and yeah, a bit more pinky in the middle. To my naked eye, I wouldn't say it's pinky, but there is a definite sort of border going around that I seem to be picking up on the red. So whilst the colours aren't accurate on my phone screen, that is a sort of a close representation to sort of how the colour is different in the middle than it is on the outside. Why it seems to be more prominent on the red, I've got no idea. But there you go. Let's move around to the side a bit. And we can't really see those lines there that much. And nor on that side. Yeah, ever so slightly actually, but seems to be red is a better colour for this screen. Right, and finally onto a yellow. Slight patchiness that I'm seeing on this. Again, not massively bad, but yeah, there is a bit of patchiness there. Just move around to the side. Slight bit of banding. finally round to the other side. Yeah, we can see that coming through again, just there. Right, moving on to the final part of the test now, and I've just fired up Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PS4 Pro, and I'm going to now test out for the dirty screen effect. So you're going to have to bear with me on this one. I've got my controller in one hand and my camera in the other. I haven't got a tripod, so I'm doing this all one-handed. So bear with me on this if it's, again, not spot on. I'm going to just sort of move it around a little bit. And hopefully, if there is any, it will show up. And I am seeing a bit showing up. Yeah, I can see that. Certain angles make it look worse than others. Don't know if that's coming across on your screens at home. But yeah, I can definitely see some. There's a bit just there that seems to be quite prominent. Again, I wouldn't say it's massively bad. I mean, I think all these screens seem to suffer with them to some extent. Or suffer with it, should I say, the dirty screen effect. Just some are better than others. Again, let me know, you know, have I got a good panel, a bad panel? What would you guys say? Just look up at the sky a little bit more. There we go. That's doing quite good there. Yeah, that is highlighting it. I can see it myself. Again, there's like a patch just sort of over here. But yeah, yeah, let me know how it compares to your Q90R if you've got one. You know, it'd be great if you could test out, you know, the same game if you've got it. Doing the same sort of thing. I mean, obviously, you're not going to get exactly the same part in the game, but oh, and that's one thing I should have pointed out. Actually, nearly forgot. This is now in game mode in HDR because it automatically turns that on. So I just thought I'd point that out. So there you have it then, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video, and if you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, then maybe think about subscribing for more of the same in the future. So thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.